This is Beyond the Badge, a program we do at KSL to honor peace officers from all over the state of Utah. A different officer every week, and here is a portion of the interview about this week's officer. Officer Benson, I understand that you did an extraordinary thing to save a dog's life. Will you tell me the story in your own words?
Well, it was a Friday. My sergeant and me were inside the office talking. We had two Pine View guys come up, tell us there was a dog that was trapped in a canal. We both drove up there. When we got up there, we could tell the dog was upset. He had blood running out of his nose, and you could tell his leg was broken. So I got down about 20 feet away from him and got down in the canal. And
Was he a big dog?
yeah, he was a pretty good-sized dog.
Yeah. We saw a picture of him, and I thought, that's a pretty good-sized dog. If he was growling at me, I might have been a little nervous to approach him.
And like 3 months before this, I just got bit by a dog at work, so I was a little nervous. Hang on.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, when I think about what you went through in that particular circumstance, I'm not sure if I would have had the courage to go down there. Didn't somebody else try before you?
Yeah, the guys that work for Pine View, when they came over here and told us about the dog, they said that it was pretty aggressive and it wouldn't let them near him. So I got down in the canal about 20 feet away from it, and the dog was growling at me. So I just stood there, waited for it to stop growling, and then I just inched my way closer and closer. It took about an hour, and finally I got close enough to it. I just put my hand out, and it sniffed me, so I knew it wasn't going to bite me. So then we decided, since it was letting me pet it, I put a sheet underneath the dog, and
What kind of sheet?
just a normal bed sheet.
bed sheet.
Yeah. So we put the sheet under it, and then 3 of us lifted it out and took it down to the vet.
What kind of dog was it? Do you remember? Like was it a shepherd? Was it that big?
It was about that size, yeah.
Wow. And then you took it to the vet, and it had a broken leg, right?
Yeah, it did.
Wow. Did they do some kind of surgery on it? Do you know?
No, the vet said there wasn't anything they could do for it. It was a pretty big surgery. They would have had to put pins in its leg. So he told us to just try to find the owner. And so we brought it back here, and luckily on our way back here we got a hold of the owner, and the owner was able to come pick it up.
Did you talk to the owner yourself?
No, that was my sergeant that got a hold of him.
Yeah. This was not like an average day for you, I would imagine, officer. Can you tell me what an average day for you, or is there no such thing?
There's no such thing. Every call is different. Never know what you're going to get. So.
Yeah. May I ask you, if you don't mind, why you got into law enforcement in the first place?
I just like helping people. My uncle was a cop. I always looked up to him, and it's like every other week he'd always try to convince me into going to the police academy, and finally just decided to do it.
Yeah. Is that what you'd say you spend the majority of your time doing, is helping people in some way?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of this job.
When you see some of the publicity that's been negative about law enforcement, I imagine that that's been a difficult thing for you, because you know that you and your brethren spend all your time helping people. Would you agree?
Yep, that's all we do is, people at their worst moments, they call for us to come help them, and we do what we can to help them.
How big of a department do you have here?
There's about 9 of us, including the chief and sergeant.
Yeah.
Pretty small department.
Yeah. How does your family feel about you being a police officer?
They get nervous sometimes, but I think they enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think they're all proud.
Well, can I just say on behalf of dog lovers everywhere, thank you, sir. Because we read that story, we just thought, if that had been our dog, how we would have so appreciated you taking that hour. Because you could have walked off and said, yeah, you know what, the canal company tried and they couldn't do it.
Well, if it was my dog, I'd want somebody like me down there to doing anything they can to help it. I think that was a Friday, and I think Sunday they turned the canal water on, so that dog would have been flushed down the canal. So we got him out.
So thank you, officer. We appreciate you very much for not just that, but for all the work that you do on behalf of everybody, and not just in Pleasant View, but all around the state. You do such important work, and we appreciate you very much.
Thank you.